my best advice to customers, we call it this accordion principle. A big agentic transformation vision, but then bring it in, start with a small use case, learn, and then let success beget success and expand back out, this kind of ongoing accordion, and measure value along the way. And you start with a simple use case in a single domain and you expand it to unlock the agentic interconnected enterprise.
Today, I'm speaking with Kaylin Voss, EVP of Agentforce and Data 360 at Salesforce. Kaylin leads our AI-driven sales and data transformation efforts and previously served as Chief Revenue Officer at Slack. Welcome, Kaylin. Thanks for joining us today.
Leandro, I'm so excited to be here with you.
You're in the hot seat today. I love it.
I'm ready. Hit me with it. Let's go.
Well, look, you've been talking to customers all around the world who are becoming agentic enterprises. Who's doing a great job?
Oh my gosh, I have so many inspiring stories. The ones that are on top of my mind right now are there's Finnair, who's the first agentic airline. And if you think about them, they are actually, one, the happiest place on earth, Finland,
that's true.
Statistically. It's the saunas. Two, Finnair is their largest e-commerce site in all of Finland.
Huh.
And so it's imperative, if you think about happiest place on earth, this large e-commerce site, that when you introduce agents into your technology, that you don't lose that human touch. And what's so exciting is that they've transformed themselves by using agents to actually maintain their brand, their empathy, and give it a more delightful experience as people go through travel, which I think we can all relate is
not always
broken. Okay. And so now they know what's happening. They know when there's a gate change. They know where their baggage is. They know how to upgrade their flight seats. Everything is being done through agents and very personalized at scale. Now we look into getting into voice. Their internal contact center agents are happier, but what's the most powerful is they're now seeing resolution rates of 70%.
7-0.
Yes.
Wow.
Being handled by agents, which is powerful. So Finnair is an incredible agentic airline. There's others in the US that are doing home security that used to take 16-minute phone calls just to change an appointment. Now 2 minutes.
Wow.
Now down to 2 minutes, and improving even faster as the agents get to know their processes and their tone. And scaling that out into the field service, right? They started this home security brand in the United States, started within their contact center environment. You heard about the impact on voice agents, but now they're taking it to their field service, and it's expanding this land and expand motion. And then last is, I think of one of the largest retailers in Latin America, okay? They service 36 million consumers, and you can get on WhatsApp, their top consumer channel, okay, and do all of your interactions, process refunds, returns, purchase, and it's all personalized, all being handled by agents in a way that now they're scaling to 9 different countries, different brands, and you start with a simple use case in a single domain and you expand it to unlock the agentic interconnected enterprise, which is exciting.
What I find interesting is that those organizations are meeting their customer where they're at. So whether it's WhatsApp or whether it's bringing delight in the e-commerce experience. So when you talk to these organizations, those are very powerful use cases. How do you help organizations prove out the ROI? It's a new technology, right?
Yeah.
So do you ask customers to build a business case, wait 12 months? Like what's going on here? How do we do this?
Yeah, my best advice to customers, we call it this accordion principle. A big agentic transformation vision, but then bring it in, start with a small use case, learn, and then let success beget success and expand back out, this kind of ongoing accordion, and measure value along the way. So you heard me talk about the home security company in the US. We knew their benchmarks before and after, right? And doing that with simple use cases. If you even look at the KPIs of Salesforce's agentic transformation, one of the ones I love the most isn't just where we see efficiency, because yes, we can capture those gains, but when you start unlocking growth AI, when you start saying we're winning 11% more, that's unlocking growth. Or
that's expansion.
We're helping a customer, a large retailer in Canada, do workloads they never could do with physical labor before. So I'll give an example of this. They wanted to launch a gift card agent. That sounds simple, right? We think of the accordion principle. Hey, Leandro, you have a $5 balance with us. You want to use it? Now that can be done today with a simple marketing exchange. But now with Agentforce, you turn it into this two-way dialogue. You have a $5 gift card. We know your history, your preferences. Here's what we'd recommend. Here's images of it. Here's the shipping dates. It takes you on the entire process from end to end, where now those gift card agents return on average 3 to 4 times more revenue for them.
Oh, they're upselling.
They're upselling.
I love that.
So when you start getting into these new workloads, one that couldn't even be accomplished before, they're delivering on growth. It's entirely new revenue streams for companies, and quantifying that has been really powerful.
I'm sure marketers out there have a brand new use case there.
It's a great one, right? Right?
That's a good
I love
one.
that one.
So we know that these agentic transformations do rely on having data. You're talking to customers. What's the current state of data out there at the moment?
I mean, there is undoubtedly the largest challenge our customers struggle with is data fragmentation, right? And making sure that the responses from these agents are trusted, they're relevant, they're in context. And so some of the biggest challenges we see with data is, one, how do we unlock all of the fragmented data sources with Data 360, bringing in and activating, not making you move, but just augmenting and extracting even more value for our customers out of the investments in their data lakes or data warehouses they've already invested in. So one is, how do we solve the fragmented issue, right? Bring all data sources. But two is, then how do you really bring it in context? And so one thing we've learned with our customers with Agentforce and Data Cloud, and now with 13,000 customers, is the context really matters. So I might ask an agent a question that has the same knowledge article that, depending on if I'm in sales, service, marketing asking the question, their response needs to be different. So knowing who is accessing that information by their persona and role is important in context. But also, when you think of where the majority of a lot of the value of data sits is in unstructured data sources, like a PowerPoint or a Google Drive, or across your Slack conversations that you have the permissions. I love Slack. From Slack conversations, or in PDFs. And how do you maintain the connection of a graph or an image with the metadata associated with it, and then surface that up in a easy to understand way? So unlocking context with what we've done with context indexing and engineering with Data 360 is really powerful.
Let's pick that up, Data 360. That might be new for some people that I'm familiar. We've done a lot in this area. People may not really associate us with that. Can you unpack a little bit of what we've done there? Yeah,
the first is just unifying all of the various data sources we spoke about, right? Like, how do we solve the issue of companies' data being middle, front, back office, sitting in different lake houses and warehouses, and not wanting to force them to move that data, but wanting to bring it into the flow of work where our customers are working every single day within their applications. So one, unlocking all of the various data sources is a part of Data 360. Two is bringing it in context, which we spoke about. And that's what we just launched, the innovation around context engineering and context indexing, or we call it intelligent context, powered by Data Cloud, is a key piece. The third is, how do we make this easier, using AI to make your data ingestion far easier? So Data 360 is bringing that to the market as well. And all of this just makes our agents that much more trusted, grounded, and reliable.
That's exactly what people want. Trusted, grounded, reliable, because there's been a lot of POCs, pilots, where they think the consumer technology can be brought right in, and it's not that, right? And you need that context. Now, a big part of this is the people. So we've talked about exciting technology, and we get excited about the technology, but it's also cultural and the shift internally. How are you seeing leaders bring people along on the journey? Obviously, we've done some of that internally as well as Customer Zero, but what are you seeing our customers doing there?
Yeah, I think those that I'm seeing the most success with, there's a couple of things. One, I call it this agent boss mentality, right? Where how do you set the example top down and bottoms up that an agent is not going to work the way you want it to right out of the gates, just like a new hire wouldn't if you just hired them to join your team. They take constant refinement, constant coaching, and those who have that mentality of guiding their agents just like they would coach an employee. Like, I'm constantly on the phone with our incredible IT teams, our Customer Zero team, saying, why can't we unlock this use case? Let's try this. I know you're on there too, Leandro.
I might be active there.
It's the partnership cross-functionally of this agent boss mindset, where we're all maximizing that and showcasing it to our teams, the importance of bringing them into the flow of work, I'd say, is one piece. We talked about the cross-functional as another. I'd say the third is this experimentation velocity. And I've really encouraged this with our data and AI teams and with customers, that you track the experiments you're running. You also encourage failure at times,
right,
and remove the fear of trying new things, of trying new processes, and then almost celebrating the losses. So in our team, if we've tried rolling out a new use case and it doesn't work, we'll discuss it and we'll actually say thank you to those team members on our calls.
Yeah.
And experimentation velocity is so powerful in an age of transformation like we're all going through together right now, that I'd say that's really the third piece to success.
So many ideas, but the first one I'm stealing is Agent Boss. I'm getting
Agent
those.
Boss. We're all Agent Boss.
T-shirts,
I want a
mate.
shirt, please. Thank you.
I'll organize. I'll ship it over.
Thank you.
Now, you have been a long time in many departments, but we've really reinvented our sales team here with this technology. So bringing it back to what we're doing, how are you seeing our sales team and probably the sales profession change with this technology?
Yeah, I'll give you a couple of insightful statistics that I find powerful. So we look at our top performing, and I don't even like calling them sellers anymore because so much has evolved here, but of our top performing
business
specialists.
advisors.
Right. Well, and data and AI experts, right? There's
Right.
a need for this at our customers and how they're showing up. Over 70% of our top performers have highly technical backgrounds. They were either solutions engineers, technical architects, and what they bring is an authenticity and a deep understanding of the technologies and the challenges our customers are facing and how to overcome them. And there was a saying in sales back in the day, face in the place.
Yeah.
Now, I cheekily call it kind of bought and prod. And what does that mean? Like, it's not about just showing up now. Yes, you have to have a trusted relationship, but now it is bodies in production, not necessarily like in their production environments, but showing up, understanding how to get their production environments successful, delivering the value they're expecting. And so we look at how often are we really helping shape the more broad architecture. Right? I'd say that's one key piece, is this technical skills required to build authenticity and trust. The second, I would say, is there's not really this pre and post sales motion anymore. It's far more of a fluid go-to-market. It is always on. A deal is never won and a deal is never lost when I look at data and AI, because there's always a new workload and you can always be replaced. And that helps our teams show up differently, far more with a continuous go-to-market motion where it's just about the next workload, the next workload. And then the third thing I would say is, it used to be an and motion, line of business and IT. And now it's an all motion. And what I mean by that is we are seeing new buyers emerge from developers to chief product officers to chief technology officers. And this is a CEO-driven transformation. That majority of my meetings are CEO and all of their functions that are trying to partner together to drive this transformation. But our go-to-market teams think of it as an always-on, all motion.
It's a revolution, as Mark says, our CEO, not an evolution here. This is
100%.
And it's not, I think we're talking a lot about digital transformation. You would take analog processes and digitize them. Now we get to rethink. And here at Salesforce, we like to call ourselves Customer Zero. How are you seeing, can we share some of the secret sauce? What are we doing with our sales teams to use this technology?
Yeah, I'll share some of that. But I couldn't agree more, Leandro, on this revolution, and that it's not just thinking about the agent in, it's the process out, the ROI out, and reimagining things that we couldn't even imagine before, right? So I'll share some of the use cases of where we've applied them to our current processes, but also some of the use cases that we could never even unlock previously.
Okay.
So if you think about as sellers, right, or distribution teams used to spend 76% of their time on non-selling activities, which is
wild.
mind-blowing and a challenge that's been around in the market for all of time, it feels like. And now when I start my week, it will know based on my calendar all of my customer meetings. All of the briefings are pre-prepared for me. They are grounded on not just the structured data that we have in CRM, but our real-time product telemetry that we keep in Snowflake is shown so I can see customer health in real time. Also external insights on how our customers are doing in the market that day. So this isn't stale data.
Right.
It's in real time. And that's giving our sellers time back to be in production, in the environments with our customers, helping them build successfully out in the market. So the first is, how do we drive efficiency in the sales process?
Right.
That we have seen a 36% improvement.
It's incredible.
Right? The second, though, is then when you can start seeing patterns across an organization of the top performers and then start upskilling everyone around that. So we have used our sales coaches to help guide all of our talent. And those sales coaches, the digital sales coaches, are trained by our top performers, of course.
Yes.
And then they make everyone else, all tides rise.
Correct. The bar has risen.
That's where you see these growth workloads. That's where you see now we're winning and improving our win rate by 11%. So there's a 36% improvement from efficiency. There's an 11% improvement in win rate. But then the one I talked about that's exciting is, what could we not even capture before? And this is where we call our sales development rep, our SDR agent. That now is working while we might be sleeping. It's nurturing the 100,000 leads we couldn't get to in a week before.
Which marketing worked hard on, by the way.
I know.
Saying.
You all have been doing a great job. And now we're turning them into revenue. So thank you for bringing us that gold. And now we can convert it into revenue. And those new workloads that we see, 45 new meetings booked a week. When I wake up every morning in Slack, it will tell me overnight, what are the digital labor? How did it deliver overnight? Right? And so there's these new workloads that are being unlocked as well. It's really exciting for the Agentic Enterprise.
What's interesting is when you stack those up, like that's new levels of growth, efficiency. I'm sure the CFOs are very happy about this.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned Slack there, and I know that holds a special part in your heart.
Yes.
What are you excited about what we've just released there? We've got Slack bot, we've got Integrate. Like, what are you interested there? What's keeping you excited now using Slack?
I mean, I think Slack is the most natural place for agents to really come to life and unlock their full value. And why is that? It's in the flow of work, it's frictionless, but it is also this operating system that can connect all functions, all of your different applications, all of your different data sources right in the flow of work. And when I think around Slack, that has what we talked about. One of these golden pieces for unlocking agentic success is context. It is knowing, based on the permissions you have and the conversations you're having, Slack can unlock things to be written in my tone of voice because it knows that on all of the history of my conversations, how to do that. And it knows our preferences. It knows the conversations that are happening. It is hard to unlock that value just in structured data alone. And I just think Slack is the most natural place for our agents to really thrive and maximize value.
That's why we like to call it the new Agentic OS. I think some people at first were like,
The
what
new
is that?
Agentic operating system, 100% where I use all of my agents.
Now, Kaylin, I was doing a little digging on LinkedIn before this conversation, and I think I saw that you planned to be a CFO in the beginning before someone nudged you into tech.
Yes.
We have a lot of folks listening that may not be in tech or in AI. You mentioned a whole new set of roles that are getting created. Like, what advice would you give them to, should they make this shift?
Yeah, I would always encourage it. And here's why I made the shift, Leandro. One of my core values is impact and always learning. And what I found in tech is it shifts every day, every hour. You can never be the expert at it because you're always learning. And so while I loved finance and accounting and my background, yes, I thought I would be a CFO, I realized the excitement of being able to maximize impact in an area that is evolving every single day. So I would encourage anyone, no matter their background, to jump in to the heart of this transformation, which is data and AI, and just learn and give it your all. And it is the ride of a lifetime.
So talking about that ride of the lifetime, folks that are just getting started, you're keeping up every day. It's changing fast. For the CEOs that are out there, how do they get on this ride if they're feeling a little bit left behind?
I think a powerful network is always foundational, where you can be learning from other people. This cross-pollination, nobody has this solved right now.
Right.
Nobody has all of the answers.
Watch the folks that tell you they do.
Right, exactly. You're the smartest person in the room, and then I want to be in a different room. Okay. So I would say a strong network of cross-pollination of learning always looking at who is on your board, your personal board of advisors. So as a CEO, I would look to learn from other organizations, what they're struggling with. Some of the failures you can learn from just as much as the successes.
Right, and avoid them.
Right? Yeah. And that's what I find the most enjoyable part of my job, is because I get to see those patterns around the world in agentics and in data, and then guide customers around that. So I think to go through this transformation is around a powerful, cross-collaborative, cross-pollinated network.
Well, Kaylin, it's always a pleasure to chat. I learn a lot always. Thank you for also visiting our region, sharing your love there.
Oh my gosh, Australia and New Zealand is my favorite. I will come anytime. Thank you for having me.
You're always welcome. Thanks again, Kaylin.
Thank you.